Yeah, and today I just want to encourage you. God spoke to me the favor of the Lord. I just want to encourage everyone on favor. What is favor? I looked at favor. Favor is a kind act that God shows us, affection, and it shows us that God has remembered us as Christian. Favor brings a preferential treatment. We all know when somebody has been favored, but as Christian we would say God has remembered you. Whatever you've brought before him, God has opened doors. He's shown affection. He shows us affection, and knowing that he's remembered us. When you read Psalms 102 verse 13, it reads, "Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor, yes, the set time has come." That's a set time that God gives us when God has remembered you. And it is released because God has remembered us and God has affection on us. And I just want to, when we look at the life of David, David was wealthy and he was a great man. He had power, but his enemy really pursued him and they just wanted to kill him. But he cried to the Lord. If you read in Psalms 106 verse 4, God cried out to God, "Remember me, O Lord, with thy favor you have shown towards your people. Or visit me with your salvation." When we continue, "so that I may see the benefit of your chosen one." As powerful as he was, as wealthy as he was, not money, not wealth would help him, but he had to cry to the Lord to ask for that favor, that God would remember him. His enemy pursued him. He had no way out. It's the same as us in life. We've got things, we've gone through thick and thin. We've got things that are really pressing in on us. All we can ask is God to remember us. To remember us in everything. To remember us, because in Psalms 2 verse 18 said, "Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor, yes, has come." So we know when we look to God, God will favor us and God will remember us. Okay. Despite what situation we are going through, let us cry out to God as David did. And also another person that I saw in the woman of God was Esther. Esther was nobody, but Esther cried to God. She fasted when there was a decree that they were going to be killed. The entire Jew clan which was there. But they fasted and they cried out to God. They prayed and God remembered her. She was asked, because she was close to the king, she was told to go before the king, and it was known that you cannot just go to the king, you can be killed. But she prayed and believed God, and she assured her people that I will go before the king after fasting. She went before the king and she had favor before the king. So it shows when we cry out to God and believe God, he can show us favor. And even that decree that they had that they will be killed, it changed and they were saved because of our prayers and the favor of God. And David also cried to God to say, he cried, in Psalm 68 verse 1, let God arise and let his enemy be scattered. He cried to God when he was being persuaded. So God heard him as well. And also when we read Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, to everything there's a season and a time, to every purpose under the earth. There's always a purpose, there's always a season. But we can ask, so time of favor is there, time to experience God's goodness is there. Amen. That's what I just wanted to encourage you. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Bless God.